Oh. 2 seconds. Just gonna go get something for myself. Then I'll be right back with you. I'll put that up there for now. Let's go. Ooh. Use that. If I did it right. Yeah, sure, why not? Just making a new beat to work with while I, showcase some old lyrics. All right, so now just need to have some bass or something to go with it, and then I can freestyle some old lyrics. If you wonder what I'm doing, making stuff from my keyboard, editing on my laptop as well, just showcasing some lyrics and stuff. Just doing the weekly live stream as I do. I just got to find my old bass lines. I don't know if that's a bit on the ears, so I'll just turn that down just for a second. All right. I usually got all this stuff organized in my laptop, so. Let's see. Why is that playing? Yeah, sure, why not? I'll use it. Okay, so that means I've got to halve the volume. Hang on. Actually, first I'll play this one for a good. And you take out the gap near the end of it, and then you halve the volume, and then you mix it over the bass, don't you? That's what you do. So just give me a second here. I have to halve the volume on it. Where is that? I'm working on WavePad if you're wondering what I'm doing. Previously used 50% gain. Yep, sure. Copying it. Pasting it over the pad of the waves. WavePad. Alrighty. Mix it. Don't know if it's going to be any good or not. Don't really care. You know what? For only a few minutes, I'll use it. Hello, how are you? I'm just making beats on the spot, and just going to be freestyling old lyrics. Just doing the weekly live stream. So yeah, that's about as far as my planning goes for it right now. So, you know, I'll use it. And I'll do my old wrapping candle verses, yeah? Sound like fun? When we get bored with that, I can bring out my bird squawker. Just tell me if this one's a little bit too much on the ears or not. Actually, I think that should be fine. Don't worry, I'm just pulling up my old lyrics. Excuse me. I usually start from 7 because I haven't written the from 1 to 6 on there. So yeah, don't worry, I'm just talking to myself. All right, I'll turn that beat up just a little bit. Maybe I should have done a little bit of a high-pitched bit on the piano, but it doesn't really matter. I am Australian, so I'm from Australia. Actually, all right, now I'll start doing it. How you going, AP? All right. Let me see what I can do. I feel crazy because, hang on. I feel crazy because, hang on, let me try that one again. I just got to put my energy drink somewhere where I know it's not going to spill. I'm a bit low energy, so I needed to pick, a bit of a pick me up. I knew I had to do a live stream this week, so figured I'd hop to it, get some stuff done, right? All right. I feel crazy because I perceive myself to be productively lazy, like my mental stress has to get back in the seat for later while I act not. Hang on, I messed that one up, didn't I? I feel crazy because I perceive myself to be productively lazy, like my mental stress has to take. Hey, no, that's not right. We'll keep going with that one. I made this beat today on the stream, so yeah, whatever, it works. I feel great. Yeah, we're starting from 7 and we're going all the way into the last stream. I made it up to about 80 or whatever with the lyrics. Anyway, no one wants to hear me ramble. They just want to watch it for whatever they're watching it for. I feel crazy because I perceive myself to be productively lazy, like my mental stress has to get in the back seat for later while I act not bothered, like nothing has fazed me. But I grow. Hang on. I should really be focusing on the. Hang on. I feel crazy because I perceive myself to be productively lazy, like my mental stress has to get in the back seat for later while I act not bothered, like nothing has fazed me. But I grow deeper like a rhyme keeper, like my art is the apples from a shade tree. All right, now we're going to move on to the 8th old rapping candle verse. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. I appreciate the like. I need all the support I can get lately, because this channel seems to be really going downhill. Yeah, and I've kind of had a few life things going on, but at least I'm trying with the verse. Hang on a second. What? Okay. If you're wondering who that is, that's just Jo. She's just she's a regular around here. You know, the Jo from the comment section. See, there she is.
Hi guys.
Yeah. Anyway, back to my freestyle. Okay. Verse 8. I once used a vending machine that turned out to be inhabited by a poltergeist that was cruel and mean. I put my coin in for a snack and ate it, and my bowel movements got grotesque and obscene and very dirty, far from clean, so I unplugged the stupid machine. It no longer consumes power and is environmentally green. Right, now we're going to go on to the 9th. How's that sound, eh? All right. Bubbling just beneath this man's surface is a presence of ambition that's quite stressed and nervous, because as it tries to move forward, it's bombarded with life's ridiculous situation circus. But without the bad times, there would be less inspiration to draw from, so I suppose even that has its purpose. All right, now we'll go on to verse 10. Same song and dance, right? All right. Am I actually negative, or am I lyrically and emotionally and mentally and spiritually relative? Like, why ignore this fly? Just listen to my expression of art from me as this guy. Just put away your snowflake persona sedative. Just enjoy my arts. That's not despite my rhyme rambling to be somewhat repetitive. All right, now we're going to go on to... I'm speed running my lyrics. All right, now we move on to 11. See if I can smash this one out of the ballpark. If a bluebird's crying, then the true words just stop flying. It's like facing your things with demon wings that we are constantly, as people, suppressing and denying because we feel acceptance from others is odd, defying. And now we're going to move on to 12. Speed running my old lyrics, eh? It's actually pretty normal for our emotions to get the better of us because that's your gauge of how much you can take before you I'm sorry, I'm a little bit distracted. Yeah, it's all good. People float in and out of these streams all the time. I appreciate you though. What are you doing, Joe? Oh. Okay, I'll see you soon, Joe. I've just got to continue the stream. All right. Now I'm not distracted. Just gonna wet my whistle and I'll keep fucking doing it. Just an energy drink, see? Cheap one, if you're wondering. Watermelon flavored. Not bad. Well, actually, no, it's watermelon and, watermelon candy. Some stuff that from the Australian Silly Solly store. They're really cheap. Anyway, I'll get back to it. Where was I? What verse was I on? Hang on. Yeah, I was on 12. Yeah, I was on 12. Yeah, back to speed running my lyrics. It's actually pretty normal for our emotions to get the better of us because that's what. Hang on. Oops. I'll try that one again. It's actually pretty normal for our emotions to get the better of us because that's your gauge of how much you can take before you get over encrusted with rust because we feel our minds trying not to bust. So taking a 5-minute breather, I definitely say, is a must. Now we move on to 13 because that's a must, isn't it? To keep the speed running of the lyrics. All right. This electronic white screen makes my lyrical projection not as obscene because unlike clutter that does not flutter, it's somewhat clean. But alas, I can come across as mean, like it's Christmas and I'm too stubborn and green. Obviously a bridge reference. Hello, Joe. Hello, how are you? How are you, Joe? We just seen you before, didn't we? Thank you for your support. Let's continue. Verse 14. Speed running my lyrics, as we know. It would be insanity if a water-dwelling manatee got on land and ran to me. Like, what would our plan move be? Who knows? Maybe we can go pick up Flipper some water-soaked slippers to make him comfortable and more of an aquatic hipster. Yeah, right. We're only 14 minutes into the stream and I'm already down to... I'm on to verse 15 now. That's good, Joe. All right, now. The trickster was indeed well versed in guile because that's a part of his character build file because he can go a whole mile without breaking a sweat or throwing up bile. But that doesn't mean he can't change his format or trait tile because, where was I? Eventually, it's better to turn over a leaf than be stuck in guilt-fueled denial. I could have done better there. I kind of, tripped up on my own words, but who cares? We'll keep moving, right? All right, verse 16, speed running my lyrics. Beer in hand, this liquid is consumed by my desires demand. I do it because I want to, but also because I can, because I am a stressed man who wants to decompress. That much I do confess, only to resume crafting audio magic from my hard work while the hourglass bleeds sand. All right, now we're moving on to verse 17, speed running my lyrics. Just like a spider in the corner of the ceiling, there's probably a trapped fly not wanting to die while it's screaming and dealing, but the spider web, like a fishing rod owned by a previous spider called Todd, just keeps reeling as the fly is squealing. Right, now we're going to go on to verse 18, still speed running the lyrics. We're on to the Knife Dawn 3-1, right? All right. I have been co-op playing Ninth Dawn 3 and I keep getting stuck in a confusing and dangerous cave. There's all these misleading ladders, which is a stress adder, and Austin just wants them to all behave. Or maybe this beard I will eventually shave because this is how I'm probably physically recognizable. So my itchy face, I will just endure and be brave. Oh yeah, let's be brave and go on to verse 19, right? Yeah, speed running my lyrics. Okay, I'm always crafting up some poor line, but it ultimately becomes what I at the time to be. Hang on, I went all over the place there. I'll start. Sorry about that. I'll go back to 19. Yeah, I'm always crafting up some poor line, but it ultimately becomes what I, at the time, believed to be just one more rhyme, but it's actually just my mind having fun, like it's Kruger ripping everything apart, like it's fun claw time. All right, now we're on to verse 20. Still speed running my lyrics. I seem alone as I groan my. Hang on. I seem alone as I groan my rhymes into my camera's phone, but actually this is how my music is built, like I hone it, even with my dark side tone. Also, my recording spot is actually my art's home. So yeah, I moan, but at least I pick at my own bones, so my self-awareness and skill is shown. Right, now we're going to go on to verse 21, still speed running the lyrics. Oh yes, it's true that I haven't stopped. If this ambition was a ball, it wouldn't be dropped or dribbled or slopped, but everyone, especially me, the guy with his skeleton key, will sometimes feel deflated or flopped. Never mind though, because second wins are always there to get me back on my feet, minus the self-defeat, because I'm still standing on the two legs I just hopped. Right, we're on to verse 22 now. Still speed running my lyrics. We'll keep going. I'm only 17 minutes into the stream, mind you. All right. 22. As I provide these MJM's rapping candle videos, my lyrics and voice, the algorithm does right. It's support of my creativity and everyone that's a member of my channel that I have definitely upon relied. But even before this channel, I thought my spark had died. So many a tear I have cried, but now making I messed one word up there. Now I gotta keep going again. All right, message redacted. Okay, whatever. That's all good. I wasn't able to read whatever you said there, Gallo. Gallo Wright or whatever your name is. Or Gale Wright. Yeah. Anyway. Start 22 again. As I provide these MJM's rapping candle videos, my lyrics and voice, the algorithm does right. It's the support of my creativity and everyone that's a member of my channel that I have definitely upon relied. But even before this channel, I thought my spark had died. So many a tear I have cried. But now I'm making impact, and I've come to terms with the fact that like a rhyme pistol in its holster, it never actually left my side. All right, now we're going to go on to verse 23. Sounds that so good? All right. Verse 23. I'm still at it because this is my constructive habit. It's like I'm farming lyrics like they are breeding like rabbits, urging me forever closer to move progress because I did what the saying says. I took a stab at it. Okay, now we're going to go on to verse 24. Still speed running my lyrics. I'm always, even when relaxing, obsessing over my music. Like, will it be good enough for anyone to enjoy? Because I think, why would they choose it? They need my lyrics for a mood shift. But we all have bad days because they eventually go away. So it's my pleasure to provide in my leisure a pick-me-up in the form of an audio crude clip. All right. Okay. Verse 25. Hang on a second. Just gotta wet me throat. All right. It's always exciting for this candle's wick. My flame is igniting. I'm no longer bored. Neither is this art ignored because I get to rap the lyrics. How delighting. And the camera gets to document it all in the moment like a spectator or someone sightseeing. All right. Shall I keep this beat going or do you want me to go for a different one? Actually, I'm going to change up the beat. Well, it's not a bad one that I made just like straight off the bat on the stream. I made this because, as you can see over there, you got my keyboard and whatnot, and yeah. I like it though. I like that beat, but I think I'm going to go on back to an old classic beat. Hang on. All right. Old classic beat, yeah? All right. Now, where was my lyrics? I just got to pull them back up again. All right. We did 25, so now we're going to move on to 23. Still speed running my old lyrics, as I like to do with these streams. Against self-failure, 26. Against self-failure, I cherish this thing. I want to perish with my strangely directed vendetta. Like this rhyme is telling its line like an audiobook letter. Does this sound good? Or perhaps I should have wrote it down better. Heck if I know if it even sounds meta. All right, now we're going to move on to 27 in the speed running on my lyrics. 27. I built this archive for my music brick by brick. This channel is where I have a flannel and a shirt on and nothing but a stick. But then it becomes my flag too high in the sky for a bird to kick. And all this probably makes me come across as a territorial hick. But my past failures will have nothing more than my boots to lick. All right, now we're going to go on to 28. 28 in the lyrics, yeah? Sound good? The science of the everyday person's appliance can be used by many people, including the big people that can be perceived as giants. But I often rebel against the technology, yet I am to understand I am stuck in my own ways, or is it merely defiance? Because my dark side is the core of this way of thinking as a reliance. I noticed I messed up somewhere like a brief second in there. That's normal. I mess up all the time in these kind of streams. Verse 29. All right. Everyone gets to scroll through my lyrics to hear what... Everyone gets to scroll through my raps to hear what they like best. Meanwhile, I'm here, and it's abundantly clear that I'm putting my lyrical rhymes to the test, pouring out magic from my mind's skull and my heart's chest. Because storyline or context can intertwine, maybe just keep checking back to see what absurd, dark side humor profanity I provide next. And now next, since we're on to 29, I'll rap 30 and then I'll go get the birdie, yeah? Sound good? Okay. 30. It's not over. It's not over. I never had to rely on a four-leaf clover. I just got to keep playing my role as my lyrics swole like the fat of an ogre, because I'm always going to be me, so that's another critical key, and I'm definitely not trying to be a people-pleasing poser. Okay, so that was 30. So as I said, I'm going to go get the birdie. I'm going to go get the squawker, Mr. Squawker. All right, I'm going to go get my cockatiel, my pet cockatiel. Yeah, sound good? So I'll be back in a second. I'm just going to... I needed this energy drink because my energy was really low before. Because a lot of life stuff and stuff going on. So I'll be back in not long. Gonna go get the birdie. Everyone likes a bit of seeing the birdie, eh? The squawker. Yeah. Sound cool? What? Yeah, redacted or something. Doesn't matter. That's fine. All right, I'm back now. Just having a little bit of a break from lyrics, and I thought I'd bring the Mr. Squawker out, eh? So how was everyone today anyway? Anyone been doing anything cool, interesting? I've just been doing a lot of life reflection and whatnot lately. And I knew I had to do this week's live stream, so there's that. Well, yeah, that's Squawker, right? The bird. Just having a little bit of a break from rapping my old lyrics. I'll pat the bird. Pat the bird. Or the bird will pat me. Yeah, right. How's the bird gonna pat me? What, with his wing? Nah, he's a good boy. He's a good boy, aren't you, Squawker? I'm just having a little bit of a break from doing my lyrics, and I'm having we're now having a little bit of chatting and birdie time. Birdie time and chat time, yeah. About 25 minutes into the weekly live stream. If you're wondering what that piano is in the background, that's a Yamaha PSR E243. Fancy, right? Nah, it's a pretty old keyboard. Cost a few hundred when I bought it, though. Just showing off my old lyrics, and now I'm showing off the birdie, the squawker. The squawker, that's his actual name, Squawker. I know what I'll do. I'll tell you about the channel while I pat Squawker, right? And then maybe after a few minutes I'll put him back up. But he's alright right now, so I'll leave him out for a little bit. Alright, what can I tell you about this channel? This channel started on April 10th, and it's got over April 10th last year, sorry. Yeah, it's got over 300 and something videos on it. All up. I'm working on a 4th album. My first full album's already out on this channel. I do weird rap music and I do bird content. I do weekly live streams here where I just do what I'm doing now. You know, lyrics, promotion, birdie stuff, talking to chat, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm working on a 4th album. Album 2 is also rolling out on this album. On this channel, sorry. And I also do miscellaneous videos, but I haven't done a lot of miscellaneous for a while. And I do rapping candle stuff. And don't mind the noise in the background. I've got a bird playlist, I've got a rapping candle playlist, I've got album playlists on all sorts of stuff. And I do weekly check-ins as well. Or weekly check-ins come out today too. Lately, what else has been going on? I've decided to put out less notifications lately on this channel though, because I don't really want to be overwhelming people. So I just, just upload and don't really put out any notifications. That's what I've decided to do lately, because I think that I might have in the past put too many notifications out. So yeah. Squawker's making some squeaky noises, aren't ya? If you're wondering about the wrapping candles stuff, then yeah, I use pillar candles. I'll show you what these pillar candles are. See? Like that. Yeah, I also have Jo on the channel sometimes. She runs a channel called Jo's Archive Creations. I've got a SoundCloud. I've got a Bandcamp. Yeah. Just having a bit of a break from lyrics right now and just having a little bit of birdie time. And I'll go back to freestyling my old lyrics. Speed running my old lyrics. So yeah. About 30 minutes into the stream in about 35 seconds. Fun. In the light, but not the sun. Yeah. And I figured out a really cool thing I can do. Because I've got this tripod stick and it's got these bendy little leg things on it. I put it on my recording box and it allows me to swing the camera around like that. See? That way, if I want to show you the keyboard, I can do it like that. Or if I want to show you my laptop, I can just go, oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, there's his laptop. Or I can just have the door sitting like that. And then you can see the birdie and me. Excuse me. Big gas. So I'm just getting the energy back while Squawker's getting a little bit fidgety. I'll start doing my old lyrics again soon. Chat's not very active right now. Not many people in here at all. No, that's okay. Because at least I'm doing the weekly live stream like I said I was going to do. I said I'd do the weekly live streams, and I'm doing it now. So fun times at Birdie Bird. Just having a little bit of a breather from doing my lyrics. Thought I'd bring Squawker out for a little bit. Give him a pat. Give the bird a pat. Yeah? You beautiful boy. You beautiful boy. Yes, you are. Would you like to go in here, Squawker? No. All right. Would you like to go on this side? Would you like to go in here? He's gone up my shoulder. Let me check him out. And he's chewing on the jacket. He loves chewing on the jacket. Don't you? Do you love chewing on my jacket, Squawker? I think you do. I think he does love chewing on the jacket. I'm going to put Squawker back, and I'm going to continue my lyrics speed running. Squawker's getting a little bit fidgety, and chat's not really that active right now, so I'll just go back to something more exciting. Give me a second. Won't be long. Back again. Back again. I'm back again. Of course I am. What else am I going to do, right? Just going to finish my energy drink. If you're wondering what flavor it is, it's watermelon candy. It's cheap ones. Get them in Australia. Silly Sollies. Yay! Lyrics time. All right. Let's go back to lyrics. Or I can... What can I do? Yeah, I'll go back to the lyrics. That was fun. Okay. Beat time. Okay. We're on to verse 30. Still speed running my lyrics. After we had a bit of birdie time. It's not over like... Hang on. Hang on. I get self-conscious when I look at myself. Probably because I'm ugly. Inside and out, right? Anyway, it's not over like I never had to rely on a four-leaf clover. I just keep... Hang on. It's not over like I never had to rely on a four-leaf clover. I just got to keep playing my role as my lyrics swell like the fat of an ogre, because I'm always going to be me, so that's another critical key, and I'm definitely not trying to be a people-pleasing poser. I'm pretty sure we did that one before, but anyway, it doesn't matter. At least I'll do it another time. All right, speed running my lyrics still. Verse 31. It's such a cinch for a bird that's a finch to fly out of danger without hesitation or a flinch. He is in the safety right now in a pinch because his nest is secured with every inch. Right, now let's inch our way on to verse 32 with speed running on my lyrics. I've come back in so I can lyrically sin, and as we know by now, its dark side style gives me a ghastly grin. like I'm converting useless rubbish into a material of value. Let's start with tin. But who cares if I'm fat and not thin? Because every day I'm going to make music my way. So flawless victory, MJM wins. And now let's win our way right over to verse 33 in the speedrun. The farmer was the primary catalyst for his cow. The farmer was the primary catalyst for checking his cow cattle list, but secretly was inspired and desired to become a great boxer with his formidable battle fists, but was deterred by a wrist injury caused by a snake rattle kiss. But that's just the way it goes, like when you try to get on the horse, only to realize there's no saddle and now you miss. Now let's not miss verse 34 in the speedrun of my old lyrics. Okay, my mind is always firing neurons like it's mass supplying me with lyrical content coupons. I know to produce more so I can kick open every opportunity's door. So like a vulture bird with its culture, I'm going to find my prized prey and get my swoop on. Let's swoop our way onto the verse 35 in the speedrun of lyrics, my old lyrics. Okay, as I notice my recording area getting darker with the night, it fills me with joy, like a dog with his chew toy that's going to get shredded with delight. But here's my plight. This is my art, not a battle or some kind of overpowered fight. I'm just trying to fly my music into the creation, into the sky of the universe every day and every night. All right, now let's go on to 36. Okay, let me tell you about this poltergeist that's kicking huge mice for overfeeding him too much rice, which somehow gave him chewed up dice. But the chicken got even on all the mice called Stephen by pouring on them containers of glue twice. So they will be all stuck, and that will suffice. And you know what will suffice? We're going to go into 37. Still speedrunning my lyrics. I'm in this rhyme pit crafting verses that will either miss or hit. It's crazy, but how my mind isn't ever lazy, like an overflowing water balloon that has 1,000 pins in it but never bursts. But for every one of these raps in my one-man competition, I win third, second, and first. All right, let's do a verse that's not the first. Verse 38. I make it look so simple when I'm as gruesome as warts on a pimple. Not very charming, darkness flowing through me that's beneficial, so it's not alarming, just creative because it's native and not harming, even though its lyrics do strike like messy watermelons on a pike. Like we're all walking through life barefoot, so try not to step on that pike. All right, verse 39. As I try to provide a lyrically strange ride, I know that it's necessary for the achievements to be unlocked from my self-worth console that's inside. Nothing more than entertainment, even though sometimes the truth must sometimes be lied. But that's just because it's storytelling in lyrics like baked beans that were fried in a burrito so they won't be denied. Now, I'm not going to be denied doing verse 39. Sometimes it feels like it's a home stretch, even though Sometimes it feels like the home stretch, even though I'm as dark as a lone wretch, like I found a skeleton and I've hired a pelican to help me pick at a bone next of a monster that was vexed. So it's got me fascinated, but also perplexed. And I'm so perplexed that I'm just going to move on to verse 41 in the speedrun of lyrics. Okay, I'm carving offerings for the darkness beast that's inside of me, losing its cool because of the idiocy in the world, because it's starving, because these bars feel like they are driven by pendulum motorized cars, that we are getting divided, yet not one-siding, halving. So how can it stay peaceful when everything does nothing to ensure that it's calming? And obviously I'm not calm. When am I ever calm? That's all good, right? Verse 42 in the speedrun on my lyrics. The chef takes his spices from the old rack, but the wood on the shelf has a bold crack. He can't use his modern stove because of the rent money. He just sold that. And just to do his dishes, which contain many unfulfilled wishes, he has to dry them with his only shirt and get a cold back. All right, so I'm not going to get a cold back, obviously, because I've got a jacket and everything. Anyway, let's go on to verse 43 in the speedrun of my old lyrics. I like to rap my old lyrics on my streams and do bird stuff and blah, 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 blah. I'm going to continue. My lyrics can sometimes be disgustingly grunge because I do it because the subject I'm rapping about deserves my plunge. Just like a snake motivated to strike at what it needs, I have to lunge because this habit of someone less common than a rabbit, because I'm not a human sponge. I'm just a music creator that constantly takes a stab at it. All right, verse 44 in the speed run. I'm kind of predictable in my style of raps, but random, like I'm some self-aware, living and always artistically giving phantom. I'm actually no longer just solo like Marco Polo. I'm in kind of tandem, even with our Jack Russell called Jack. I nicknamed him Jack-o'-lantern. Okay, we're going to go to verse 45 in the speed run. I'm gonna go back with the beats, yeah? Back with the beats. All right. I can be fast as slow movement. Hang on. I can be fast as slow movement like hang on. Hang on. I can be fast as slow movement. I can be odd like Tim with his residential improvement because I'm as cold as the moon, yet I can lyrically burn like the sun. All this while I look like I weigh a ton. Anyway, let's go on to verse 46. Even a salad is digestible and valid, but no one wants to eat it every day like a monotonous habit. I'm a human being, not a rabbit, so then it's pizza to the microwave because on my taste buds, it will rant and rave and possibly behave. I'm not going to behave. I'm just going to continue. I'm going on to 47 in the speed run of my lyrics, right? I currently have a sore leg, but it's in better condition than a raw egg. Maybe it's more rich in lyrical content like hang on. I messed up there. I currently have a sore leg, but at least it's in better condition than a raw egg. Maybe it's more rich in lyrical content, unlike the hollow mind of poor Greg. But hey, that's just a rhyme in an average day of that Apple core Meg. All right, let's go on to 48 in the speed run of my lyrics. Yep. What are you doing? Okay, cool. There's Jo again. She's see?
Hello.
Yeah, all right. Okay, cool. Let's okay, back to the lyrics. I got distracted. If we throw away yesterday, we have today as our toll to pay, because we do it all for the presents given, not necessarily a bird called a pheasant. That much is evident, but then it provides for our future, and I hope this wisdom doesn't corrupt you or pollute you. All right, now we're going to go into 49 in the the lyrics. Wearing two necklaces from time to time, they will tangle as they dangle, twisting strings and ropes, toying with comfort, hope, creating a situation that you would like to strangle. But eventually we calm down and untangle the mess before we enter the town. All right, now we're going to go into verse 50 in the speed run of lyrics. I'm like a USB flash drive, always writing, because I find that outputting my rhymes to be productively exciting, mentally stimulating, how delighting. But I'm not a machine, I'm just MJM doing all the rhyming and the typing. Now let's type our way on to 51 in the lyrics, right? It's crazy how exciting music strikes It's crazy how exciting these lyrics strike my channel like lightning, not in a bad way, nothing I want to keep at bay, because my rhymes are empowering and in no way frightening. It's just me expressing my art with all my loose bolts that need tightening. Now let's go on to verse 52, yeah, in the speed run. I think you should go, hang on, verse 52. I think you should go check out the YouTube channel called Jo's Archive Creations. She makes many things, and her variety of I stammered there. It's all right. I'll get my composure back. I think you should go check out the YouTube channel called Jo's Archive Creations. She makes many things, and her variety of channel. See, See, it's what happens when you go through too many lyrics all at once. You get jumbled up. All right, let's try this again. I think you should go check out the YouTube channel called Joe's Archive Creations. She makes many things and her variety of videos. It's like channel surfing through an ever-growing list of stations. Like her channel is small and it's growing and won't fail. And I have... Oh, damn it! I messed it up again. Doesn't matter. I'm going to continue, right? Continuing. I think you should go check out the YouTube channel called Joe's Creations. She makes many things, and her variety of videos is like channel surfing through an ever-growing list of stations. Like her channel is fuck. Oops, I just swore on live stream. You catch that? I don't care. I think you should go check out the YouTube channel called Joe's Archives Creations. She makes many things, and her variety of videos is like channel surfing through an ever-growing list of stations. Like her channel is small and it's growing and it won't fall, and I have hope that her channel will be like a tree growing inside and it will break through the ceiling and wall. There we go. Finally got through it after getting a little bit stretched for a moment there. Apologies for that. Now let's move on to verse 53 in the speed run of my old lyrics. Okay. My momentum motor continues to run because my job as MJM is far from done. I know I should say something weird here. My momentum motor continues to run because my job as MJM is far from done because I know I should say something weird here. How about you have a pun about a moment of realization that states, even when my MJM's Rapping Candle series hits 100 videos, I will still have more to entertain with rather than stun. Now let's move our way on to verse 54. Okay. Count Dracula never... Verse 54 in the speed run. Count Dracula refused to mount the wood spatula. He didn't want the pain or the negative memory in his brain. So instead of a normally... honestly, it's hard to do all this on the spot. It really is. But, we keep moving, right? Count Dracula refused to mount the wood spatula. He didn't want the pain or the negative memory in his brain. So instead of a normal glance, he glared back at you. Just like, how about I get my massive amount of bats that aren't related to cats to go for your neck worse than a rump attached to a catheter? All right, now we're going to go on to 55 in the lyrics, live stream, blah, blah, blah. Nicholas had lots of rage, so he locked it inside of a cage, but little did he realize it would only grow into a monster festering from age. There is no way to stop that creature because it is turning the page and it's immune to the burning of the herb sage. All right, let's go into verse 56 now into the speed run. You want me to keep this beat or you want to keep doing something else? Doesn't matter. All right. Hang on. Give me a second. It's basically I'm a guy who loves making his music, even though I'm crazy, not actually lazy, because I'm open-minded and I feel that my music art with others, I can merge or fuse it. Give me a second here. I messed up. I'm going to change beats. Back to the one I already made on the live stream, yeah? Let's start. Been streaming for about 49 minutes so far. Okay. It's basically I am a guy who loves making his music, even though I'm crazy, not actually lazy, because I'm open-minded and I feel that my music art with others, I can merge or fuse it, yet I stay me in that MJM way, who can try to create a selection of audio bits. Let's go on to 57. There was a time when I felt broken until my lyrical monster awoken. He grew in the dark like a potato patch in the park, and someone accidentally stepped on his leaves, so then the monster hand started clawing and poking. The fool who was now covered in sweat, he was soaking, and now the monster lives in me and he's far from choking. All right, let's move on to 58 in the speedrun of my old lyrics. I can't tell if you're a Chantel who dances in hell, but oh well. It's just a made-up rhyme, but storytelling time, like I'm just doing what I do because I'm constantly ringing the chance bell as I spot people needing help, like when Lance fell. I will do what I can with the help of my music stance. Well, all right, 59. Okay. These rhymes come from my inspiration soil, and I bend meaning and words like foil because its impact is already piping hot, like my lyrics are at the peak of the boil. Yet I keep making more, and I don't view this to be a burden or a toil. Now we're going to go on to verse 60 in the speed run of my lyrics. Something simple as food flavor can make you like it or not due to your taste buds behavior. Behavior. No, it's behavior, isn't it? My behavior is always abrupt. I don't care. But that's because I'm MJ, and MJ is always corrupt. Anyway, I digress. Let's go back into verse 60. Something simple as food flavor can make you like it or not due to your taste buds behavior. Some people even it savor, and the real feel will sneak up on the tongue or zap it like a sensation laser. Then there are other things like temperature and texture, but I'm just flowing through the rhyme, not trying to be a bad teacher, giving his students a behavioral lecture. All right, let's go on to 61 before I give myself a lecture on how to behave better on live streams. Who cares, right? It used to be toil and sacrifice, but now I make... damn it. It used to be toil and sacrifice, but now I naturally make audio It used to be toil and sacrifice, but now I naturally make audio poems for my candle. Isn't that nice? It's got its own flavor, and that's something I would wager, like rolling and cooking up a bowl of massive rice. Now we're going to move on to 62 in the speed run of my old lyrics. It's not malicious for the healthy foods to be delicious, although to a food critic, this could be implying that it's factual or fictitious, like spitting some bad tasting food, like send it back. What is this kind of stuff Oscar would call trash, like his orange worm mid-kiss? That's Sesame Street, Oscar from Oscar the Grouch. Sesame Street. Anyway, verse 63. My ambition is hungry and ancient, yet I've got the mind of a rhyming mental patient who wants to be calm and complacent when you hone creative skills that run like demons up hills, like, where did my saint go or went? Saints, no, but I meant my sanity. Don't matter. Verse 64. Even when I'm recharging, the reach of my music is enlarging because the effort I put in is like a bull constantly seeing red and charging. I noticed that when I do my rapping videos, I messed that up. I'm going to try that one again. I apologize for that. Even when I'm recharging, the reach of my music is constantly enlarging because I put the effort in like a bull, constantly seeing red and charging. I also notice that when I do my rapping candle videos that I'm physically expressive because I hear the rhymes, but I also see my arms swing, and I do that. Like I do a lot of like rapping and stuff on these cameras and all that behind the scenes, and you know when people talk and they move their arms around like I'm doing now, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I do a lot of that. That's what I mean by physically expressive. Anyway, verse 65. I'm obsessed over my music progress, even when I'm stressed. I still put my lyrical magic to the test because I'm mentally and creatively strong, and I know what's best. Best. I meant best. Okay, I'm going to start that one again. I'm obsessed over my music progress, even when I'm stressed. I still put my lyrical magic to the test because I'm mentally and creatively. Sometimes I stammer and I mess up on my own lyrics. It's all good. I'll try that one again. I'm obsessed over my music progress, even when I'm stressed. I still put my lyrical magic to the test because I'm mentally and creatively strong and I know what's best, but my ambition for this mission isn't in jest. I haunt my own demons because they are from my relentless attitude and they get no rest. Because if I'm their bed bug, then they underestimate me to be just a mere pest. And I'm going to pest the next 66, we're verse 66 now in the speed running of my lyrics, my old lyrics. Okay, I have the rhyme scheme as my bones. Hang on. I have the rhyme scheme as my. Hang on. I have the rhyme scheme as the bones set my. Hang on. Why am I messing up these lyrics? They're so old, I should know them properly. And yes, I do read them off a screen as well. That's just to keep me on track. Okay, I have the rhyme scheme as the bones set my voice's tone and the story that's. I have the rhyme scheme as the bones as my voice sets the tone and the story that spoke proves that you should never feel alone because me as MJM, I am in the sweet spot, that rap rhyming zone. So that you can see that even when my wordplay goes crazy, my heart isn't always cold like an ice cream cone. Let's go on to 67 in the speed run of my old lyrics. I haunt these candle videos and I leave my mark with my rhymes because I provide something more meaningful than money so you can keep the nickels and dimes because I'm crazy like a paradox, a person doing 100% legal audio crimes. If it's 100% legal, then it's not a crime. You get it? Yeah. Anyway, 68. Okay. Imagine a town laugher instead of a town crier. Added bonus, he's also for hire and can change out parts of your car, specifically your tyre, but he's actually a live wire. And that explains why his efforts never tire, because he's too busy laughing at the crackling noises from his memory of campfires. All right, so now we're going to go on to verse 69 and push through, right? We had a cricket in our hallway and it was leaping away like catch me and you'll all pay. But I caught the cricket on the ground gently with my jar and let him hop into the night nicely and calmly and far. That actually happened. We actually had a cricket in the hallway and I caught him and I put him outside. Not all these verses are, bolded ash. Anyway. This time the TV feels jealous and needy because the radio is giving the people audio entertainment so crisp and cleanly, but the screen tries to fight back like, hello, look at me, what's that? But everyone just shrugged off both the radio and the television because they got their phone notification and their attention was gone, and that's that. It isn't that because I'm going on to verse 71 in the lyrics, right? Okay, our ties are too tight. Our expectations vary in our perception and sight. It's not always easy to get what you want, but why did I mess that up? I want to try that one again. Our ties are too tight, our expectations vary in our perceptions and sight. It's not always easy to get what you want, but you... I don't know why I'm messing up such easy lyrics there. Probably because I always put myself on the spot. Okay, our ties are too tight, our expectations vary in our perceptions and sight. It's not always easy to get what you want, but I prefer to agree with someone rather than argue and fight, because inner strength and mental clarity shows who truly has the strongest might. Let's move on to 72 in the lyric speed run in the weekly stream. I've nearly been doing it for an hour so far. Fun times, right? Okay. Just gonna have a little bit of a breather. All right, no, actually, no. I'm not gonna breathe. I'm just gonna continue. Okay. Sometimes you Sometimes you need to give your motivation a push, like grab that self-doubt emotion by the back of his shirt and tell him to shush. And then you are free to water your ambition seed with the power of a confident soul until you ultimately just keep going until you are picking golden fruit like it's normal to add them to your success salad bowl. And now I'm going on to verse 73. I write these rhymes with no remorse. I mass record them ahead of time, like I'm a star. That not I'm a star. That's meant to be Star Wars words. Hang on. I write these rhymes with no remorse. I mass record them ahead of time, like I'm in Star Wars, asserting my dominance by using my lyrical force. Or maybe I'm just going too fast, like the sound of a galloping horse. Or perhaps it's just me, MJM, letting my insane nature take its course. Now we're on to 74 in the lyric speed run. What is that shiny thing on there? I'm saying, could have sworn I was saying something reflect. Don't matter. Life's current stress is high. I feel like a sliced pie, decided. It's meant to be divided, huh? Life's current stress is high. I feel like a sliced pie divided amongst my situations. Like, please show mercy because I don't understand the reason why. It's enough to make anyone out of anger just cry. But then I gain my mind's composure because my work is like a bat at the night after whatever it desires and it flies. Looks like I've flown my way all the way on to verse 75. Let's change our angle. How's that? Doesn't that look weird? Don't care. I'm gonna fix this camera thing. I'm getting sick of holding it, man. Just gonna fix that up. Thought I'd change the camera angle a bit. My hand was getting sick of holding it. I'm gonna put a different beat on here. I'll stick around for a few more minutes and then I'll go. Okay. Actually, I don't want to do 75. This is a touchy subject. You must think to yourself, why on earth does he keep trying? I just enjoy doing these rhymes and I don't view it as a competition because I'm not lying. Because if I am the... I think I messed up with the camera thing. Just hang on. Now, I'll go back to holding it again, eh? Okay. Verse 76, and then we'll do some other stuff. You must think to myself, you must think to yourself, why on earth does he keep trying? I just enjoy doing these rhymes. I know I don't view it as a competition, and I'm not lying, because if my humor was colorful variety of clothing, then there's no point of using ink on it, because it would... I can only keep the momentum from going for so long. That's the thing. Okay. You must think to yourself, why on earth does he keep trying? And I just enjoy doing these rhymes, and I don't view it as a competition, and I'm not lying. Because if my humor was a colorful variety of clothing, then there's no point using ink on it to be dying. But sometimes I ask myself, why MJM with all the how and the whying? But then I understand that's how my mind works best, even when it searches for more creative avenues when under the pressure or like I'm in, because I'm damn it. Now I'm gonna go into a shorter verse. That one annoyed me because I was stammering on it. Actually, I'm not. I'm gonna continue this one. You must think to yourself, why on earth does he keep trying? And I just enjoy doing these rhymes, and I don't view it as a competition, and I'm not lying, because if my humor was the colorful variety of clothing, then there's no point using ink on it to be dying, because sometimes I ask myself why I am JM with all the how and the whying, but then I understand that's how my mind works best, even when it searches for more creative avenues when under pressure or stress, because I'm like the floor. I'm just a crazy mess. Oh yeah, look at my floor. It's a crazy mess, isn't it? No, it's not. It's just wood. All right. Okay. Shall I do one more verse? Now I'm going to get Squawker back out. Blah, 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 blah. An hour and 6 minutes. What do we do for an hour and 6 minutes? Nothing, 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 nothing. Not early in the morning. Gonna go get Squawker. Just gonna put this. Silly camera angle thing. Back in a minute. Or less. Probably less. He can take my place for now. Yeah, I know. Streams always go up and down with the viewers, which is fine. All right. Look at that. And now look at this. Someone even better. This guy. Streamed for about an hour and 8 minutes so far. I'll sort of bring my birdie back. Most of this stream's just been a little bit of talking about the channel and lyrics and a little bit of piano stuff too, although not much. Although I did make a new beat during the stream, which I've been using to freestyle over. I'll stream for a little bit longer, but eventually I gotta go because my phone's pretty low on the charge battery. And after all, I have been streaming for an hour and 9 minutes. Don't ask me how my battery got that low in that amount of time. I could have sworn I was on like 40 something battery when I started the stream though. So if anyone wants to say hi or ask any channel questions or whatever, or what I've been doing in this stream, just go right ahead, because I'm not going to be here for much longer. I'll probably be here for like 10 more minutes. And then I'll put the phone on the charger. If you're wondering who this is Squawker. He's a beautiful little guy, ain't he? I'll be doing a lot of lyrics this stream. But I'll just shut up for a while and I'll just pet the birdie, yeah? That's all I feel like doing right now anyway. Burnt for a lot of energy on my phone and mentally. And I've got life stuff going on lately. But no one wants to hear about that. So I'll just do this. Checking me out. Pick the camera. Pick the camera. I didn't want to pick the camera. Sometimes he picks the camera. Oh. Well, that was some sort of picking of the camera. I was trying to get him to pick the camera. Want to pick the camera? He usually likes to pick the camera. Oh well. He's on my shoulder, see? Just gotta check something. Why not open? No. Been streaming for an hour and 15 minutes. Just having a bit of a break from lyrics. Probably going to stop streaming in about 5 or less minutes. Hang on. Just squawk up. You know, I'll do one more verse before I stop the stream. While I've got Squawker out, eh? Can you imagine a dragon flying after NPCs, clipping through the ground, going ragdoll and lagging? It's the kind of stuff that people who play Skyrim have the right to complain about to Bethesda, even if it comes across as nagging. But keep the cool glitches, because it keeps my tail wagging. Like a dog's tail? Anyway. Or a bird's tail. Or a bird's tail. Alright, let's go. One more. Verse 79. I've always enjoyed all the games that are Fable. It's just a shame Lionhead doesn't do it anymore, because all RPG games to me were better than the TV. That's cable. It's gave me lots of fun and exciting elements in those worlds, and the gameplay I learnt to get better at it and able. I also think that everyone remembers breaking the crates in Fable 1, in Oakvale, in the barn, building or stables. Right, okay, my battery's getting pretty low now. I've only got about 7%, and I've been streaming for an hour and 17 minutes. I've been doing lyrics, birds, and a tiny little bit of channel promotion. I hope you all enjoyed the live stream, the people that joined or whatever, and please like, comment, and subscribe, and I might either stream some more this week or maybe next week. So, yeah, hope you all enjoyed the stream. I'll see you later.